Hello everyone, it's Saturday morning here and I'm just about to start on my tag for the week. This is I think she's calling it a challenge, so I'm going to stick with challenge rather than project. This is a 52 tag challenge that Anne Brooke is hosting for the year, and we're just having tags and decorating them in different styles each week. The tags that I've made from a manila folder, and the manila folder was doubled over and just glued together, are 4 by 2 inches. And I've just punched a hole in the top. The instructions this week were to cut out a heart that would fit on your tag nicely. So whatever size tag you're making, you make an appropriate size heart template so that you've got room to put that heart on your tag. And we were to use the heart was to contrast with the background that we do. That was the aim. Now, I still had these fabrics out from when I did Rachel's slow stitch piece. So I'm going to work with those mainly because I saw Anne using the blue and the red, and I had these and it sort of prompted me, and I thought, you know, I might as well use these for something for myself as well. So these are some of the things that I was using on my collab piece for Rachel. So I'm going to see what I can use out of this. I love the blue. Obviously, I've used that. So I'll just have a little play. So maybe my background could be blue. I must have used that as well. I've got some laces here. Whether I used these on Rachel's or was going to, I can't remember now. This lovely striped fabric that I used on Rachel's, and of course some yarns there as well. And then I love this, the French General pack that I used some of that on hers as well, that I could perhaps use. Like, I've cut that piece already, so I could use a bit of that, and I could use a bit of this as well. Is there any others in there that because I think I sent her the things that I had already cut up, so there aren't many offcuts. These are the only 2 offcuts that I've got left. Maybe some white linen or something like that. I'll leave that out, maybe. Okay, that. Let's have a look. I've got heaps of scraps and stuff, so it should not be a problem whatsoever. I have my little scrap baskets out here, so maybe I've got, like, okay, I've got that in there. That's just a salvage edge of something. Oh, I've got a bit of linen there as well. I'll just put that. Oh, there's a bit of. I don't know. Can put some. Oh, look, there's that as well. I could use that maybe. Oh, that's beautiful too. Look. Okay. Okay. Let's just. I don't want them taking too long. I am working on other things at the moment. Maybe we'll do a really dark background. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll use my pinking shears too. Okay, so if I do that, maybe I can use... I will... Don't know. Okay, like that. So I will just use a pen. See if this one works. My good one, the one I always use, actually ran out of ink the other day. I need to go and find a new... Oh, that's not working, is it? thimble from the patchwork shop, and I might see if I can find a fabric pen as well, just so that you know it's not a permanent thing. One of the, what are they, dissolvable pens, I think they're called. I used to have one years ago. Alright, there we go. There we go. And I just cut these out. Now these are a bit stiff. I actually found these at the op shop a few years ago. I really like them, but they are kind of stiff. And this is a sharp contrast to the all white tag last week, isn't it? But that's okay, because it does, I like things when they take you out of your comfort zone a little bit like that. Just helps you to try new ideas. There we go. Let's just get rid of that bit. So let's see if that fits on. That fits on quite nicely there. Do I need to take any more off? It just fits. Maybe I'll take a little bit off the end, just a little. Let's have a look at that. Just so it's got a little border. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so that's our background. So we've got contrast with that, which shouldn't be too hard. Let me think now. So we want a couple of pieces. We had a little selvage, didn't we? Okay, what one's that? Oh, I don't even know what it was of. So maybe we'll do that. Let's just put those away. Maybe that could go like that, and it could be folded around to the other side like that. Okay. This beautiful bit of lace here. Maybe that could go on there. Oops, my husband's back. He's just been up to get his paper. Just a moment. Okay, I am back again. All right. Maybe some of that. Right, where's our heart gone? Oh no. Oh, here we go. So how will we have the heart on? Like that? There's a hole there. I have to have a patchwork background. That's right. That was part of the brief. So if I cut it that way a bit, Don't need too big a pieces because the tag's not big. It's a bit big still. So maybe that. And I think that would be too bulky, although I do like it a lot. I think it would be too bulky because there's a heart as well. I think. Because that's quite a thick piece of doily, that piece. What about a bit of this stripy fabric as well? I know this frays quite easily, this fabric, so if you're not careful you could fray it away, fray it into oblivion, but it is nice. Like that, and then does the heart have to go on top, or can the heart go like there and then have that going across like that, and that across like that? I could have a couple of buttons here. She said, what did she, from what I gathered from her video, it was a patchwork background. She used a bit of lace. Now, you don't have to use what she used, but this is what I saw on the video. The heart, the background is stitched on with straight stitch, and then you use like... Okay, sorry about that. My battery went flat, and I don't know where I filmed up to, I'm sorry. So it's a couple of hours later now, sorry about that. I don't know where I got up to. So we've got the patchwork there, we've got the larger piece there. I've got this strip, and I think I was going to put the heart behind it, like that. So of course this would have to go on last. I have this little thing that I got out of the scrap basket. Maybe that could go on there as well, like that. And I also, because I was looking for a large safety pin, but I didn't have one in the right colour. But when I was looking for it, I came across this bag. This is a bag of snap fasteners. It cost me 50 cents quite some time ago. And there's these really large ones there. So I'm thinking either a couple of those. They don't have to have the back on them. I could just, you know, put the front on them or something like that. I don't know. Or also in this bag is these hook and eyes. I think there's a bigger set in there somewhere. Here we go. Hook and eyes, they're really quite large. A couple of those might be good, although they're fiddly to sew on. They do look quite nice, so maybe 2 or 3 of those going down here would be good. So I think I'll go with that. I still have to do my heart though, don't I? The heart hasn't had any... I've got fabric yet. These are rubbish. So it's supposed to contrast with the back. So I've got this Oh, actually, I might have a smaller piece here. Is that smaller? No, that's too small. That's smaller. I could take it out of that. Okay, so I could cut the heart out of the white linen and put it on, which is quite a big contrast. I've also got this beautiful antique lace. This was taken from a antique bed skirt. I think it was a lady by the name of Michelle sent me some of this fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. And I think I used this on Anne's piece when I sent her in the Slow Stitch collab. And I'm wondering whether that might be nice used over the... But I think then it takes the stark contrast away. But it is so pretty. It depends. I probably would lose it anyway, because if I'm using that other thing on it there and then putting the fabric over it, it's not even going to be noticeable, is it? So perhaps I won't use it on this. I'll just cut the heart out of the white. I do love it. Isn't it beautiful? Maybe I could have just a little square of it. It's just, oh, I don't have a lot of it. Maybe I could put just a little square of it there. No, I won't over fuss it up. They're meant to be simple, so we won't use it this time. Put those back in my scrap basket. We want to use that. They we're not using. Okay, so I need to I think I'll have that way because it's got a better frayed edge at the bottom. This all gets straight stitched on. Like that. There we go. Like that. Oh, that went over a bit more, I think, didn't it? Like that, perhaps. So there's room to put the hook and eyes on. So that goes like that. Now I just need to cut this out of this fabric and pin it all on. Well, this has to be stitched, straight stitched first. So let's pin it. Oh dear, my son is down there sneezing his head off at the moment. Our weather has changed ridiculously. And, oh my goodness, he's not sick, honest. it's just one of those summer things. Okay, so that all needs to be stitched on, and I need to do this. And while I was waiting for my camera to recharge, I actually went to the patchwork shop because I was looking for a new thimble, but they didn't have the one I was after. I've had my thimble, where is it? Oh, I love my thimble. I've had this probably for almost 20 years. It's so well used. It's a little leather one. But unfortunately, in there is a little metal disc. But see how the seam is coming away there? And the needle just finds its way into that little crack all the time. So I wanted to get a new one, but they didn't have it. They had a Shishiko one, but I think that would not have been good. So I didn't get one, but I do have these little like thimble dots. I'm thinking maybe I can put a thimble dot where that little crack is, and that will help me to use this for a little bit longer until I find one, because they're so comfortable. It's just, look, that's my finger shape there. They just meld to your fingers. So comfortable. And I'm starting to hurt my finger a bit where the needle keeps pressing against, so I have to use one. Okay, but while I was there, I found this pen. It's black, white and pink. Erasable fabric pencil. I actually wanted just to have a simple chalk pencil, but they didn't have anything like that. Okay, there's that and there's that. Okay, so it has, what's that, black, white and pink. So it says hold the clip section and turn the finger grip section. So hold that and, oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay, but where's the, how do we know where? That's a rubber on that end. How do you... Refilling, hold the metal tip and push the tube downwards. The lead fall into the... Oh, okay, I see that. So that's the lead. Oh, I see. That's the pink there. And that's the white, which probably won't be noticeable on this one, but you can see it there. Okay. And then you turn it the opposite way too. So, okay, I see it. All right, well, we'll try this. That was more difficult than it should have been, I think. You don't know if you can see me. I'm just drawing around the little heart here. Normally I would just use a lead pencil, but I'm thinking with white linen, you know, sometimes you can see the pencils, can't you? Well, you can see the pink as well, but this has a rubber. So let's just click that off now, move that. And so there's my little love heart, which I will cut out. Might be able to see through it. I might need to put something behind it, I'm thinking now, because it's quite translucent, isn't it? I can barely see the pink. Okay. Let's see. That like that. It's a little bit translucent, isn't it? I might need to make it double layer, perhaps. I've got a smaller one. Oh, that one might work. This one isn't, it's like a, it's not a thicker linen, but it's from an old doily, but it's really fine. But if I cut a piece of that, it will help it to look a little bit better. Okay. That way I'll put it like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, this one. And I'm only going to make the one tag this week simply because this is probably not a colour palette that I would use a lot of, whereas last week was white, and I knew that white would be something I can use in a lot of different things, whereas this being red and blue, as much as I love it, I don't use these colours very often. There we go, that might work better. So I still, that's the fine one at the bottom. And that might stand out a little bit more on my tag now, because it's meant to have a contrast. I'll put that, that one has to go on and that one in the middle. And I'm going to put the little hook and eyes down the side, and I'll find a button perhaps. I'll find a button, but first, I'll put that away. Hopefully I'll get some use out of that. Firstly, I will sit down, and this needs stitching, just straight stitching. Okay, what about... You want to be able to see the stitching, I guess. I have a navy blue. That will stand out quite nicely on everything, won't it? Would it be too much, though? No. No, it's supposed to be a fun challenge. So I'm going to use navy blue. And I'm just using 3 strands. This is just normal embroidery thread. Most of it I get at the op shop. I was sent some by Angela not long ago. Oops, it's got a tangle in it though. Okay. And I've been using these little snips from the kit I got from BB Craft. I've never used these sorts of things before. I did try them once and I didn't particularly like them, but I actually like them now because if I'm using little ones like this, you've got to get your fingers in and out. These ones aren't too bad, but some are really small. These ones you only have to do that. I know Roseanne uses these a lot, and I've never thought to use them, but I've been using them and I'm quite liking them, so that's all right. I love these ones too, the bigger one with the bigger fingers, because I think as you get older, for some reason, like I don't have big hands or anything, but it gets a bit difficult to get your fingers in and out sometimes. Okay, so I'll just start, and I won't do it all. Because you don't need to watch me doing that, but it's basically in and out like that. Hope I'm in shot. Just like that, in and out. Little running stitch or straight stitch. All the way along, and they don't have to be perfect at all. Like each row you do doesn't have to line up perfectly. I think that's part of the beauty of it looking good. So you just do a running stitch and keep going until all of the base is covered in running stitches. And you just take it straight over the top, she said. I'm not as fast as what she is. To be honest, I usually have it closer to me when I'm sewing. When you're filming, you can't have it right in front of you, or you can't see what I'm doing. So it makes it a bit awkward when you've got to have it in a place you don't normally have it. Okay, I've done that, and I've just pinned the heart on. That's the back there. I put just a little bit of fabric glue around the hole that I made just so it doesn't fray on the back, because I'm making mine so it covers the whole tag because it's just a rectangle. So now we have to do some little stitches. I think she called them patch stitches. They're just straight stitches that go all the way around. And she said to not keep them consistent, have some a little bit smaller than others, some a little bit closer than others. So I'm using this thread. I don't know what this is actually called. I always thought it was crochet thread, but I could be wrong. Chair's getting a little bit creaky lately. It's a very old chair. And it still works. And I'm not using pure white. I thought I'd use off-white just so it doesn't disappear completely into the white heart. So I might start at the top here. That. And I think, if I recall, it goes straight over. You don't take it to the, see now I can't remember whether it goes further up or, how did she do it? Oh, I don't know. I might have to. Okay, so I just had a little look, and it does, it goes onto the outside fabric, so I'd kind of go there like that, and then oops, what's going on here? Look at that. Take one stitch and I'm tangled already. Oh my goodness. There, that's better. Hadn't pulled it through all the way. I think that's right. So one thing, this tends to tangle quite a bit, this thread. I'll show you in a moment what it looks like. And I've got a few done. So so it's like that. You're just going over it like if you were fixing something, like putting a patch on a garment or something. Very simple, but looks quite effective, doesn't it? Let's get rid of that. And they don't have to be all the same length, so it's very haphazard. Okay, so like that, and I'll continue going around there, and then I'll come. All right, that's all stitched on. And honestly, purposely sewing uneven doesn't come very naturally to me. So yeah, isn't that funny? Because I'm so used to trying to get things nice and neat, doing it purposely uneven wasn't that easy. Now we were going to put this little one over. I was going to have it, oh, there's 3 little bunnies on there. This little edging piece. I was going to put it across there. I quite like the idea, so it's not just so bland. And then having this little bit of trim on there as well, like that. And then once it's on the card, it can be wrapped around the card like that on both sides. So what I will do, get one of these, stitch, pin that there like that, and I might just put a couple of French knots in that to hold it in place, I think. Okay, so using the same thread that I was just using to go around the edge, because I don't particularly want them standing out. They're just there to keep things in place. And I think I noticed on the pictures that Anne put on the end of her video that it looks like she may have put a couple of French knots along the lace, a little bit of lace that she attached to. Okay, so putting the thread in, I probably maybe 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 around, then bringing it down on the other side. See that little stitch there? I'm going to bring my needle down there. So the French knot, gosh, this is all fingers and thumbs, isn't it? It goes over the top of that thread. There, like that. See, there's a little French knot over one of those things. Yeah. Okay, I don't need to keep that in there now, but it's got one down. And I'll probably do every second one, I think. Take that up there like that. Four on the other side of the little thread, and then I pull that. There we go, and then pull it through, and hopefully not get tangled. And there's another one. Okay, so I'll do a couple more across the front of there, then I'll be back. Okay, that's done. As you can see, that's the back there. Now I'm going to attach, and I like the way that rolls over. I actually like, because it adds a bit of texture. I've got this little scrap that I found in my basket, so I'm going to put that on there, I think, like that, using the same thread. And I've got a little button here that I'm going to also stitch to the center, like that. finish that off. The back. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I was going to put these on there, but now that the stitching's there, the gap doesn't look as big anymore, and I think they look too big on there for me. Maybe I could put a pin like I was originally going to do. I have got pins in here. The other day I said I didn't have any of those really tiny pins, but then when I went through everything, I found some. I don't know if they're the same colour as the ones I had on my piece, but I had some. So they're really, I don't know if they're as small. They're not as small, but I do have a bag in here that's quite small. I think they're bronze though, and I think the ones on Anne's piece might have been black. I wonder if that would be better, just putting that on there, like that. I can't see it, you know, unless you're going to see it. I don't see the point that much there. I don't think gold's the right colour to have. They're too big. Let me see, these are the tiny. I don't even know if they're as small. They're bronze, maybe a couple of bronze. Let's have a look. Oh, I've got the hiccups. I got that. Oh, that's two different sizes. That one's tiny, see? Two different, maybe two different sizes like that could work. Three different sizes. One, and they're slightly different colour. Two. Three. Perhaps. That one's a little bit crooked. So let's see if we can get a better looking little one. Oh, like that one. That one's a bit better, I think. And that one. How about that? I like that really dark colour though, rather than the real shell. They're the same really, aren't they? No, not really. Fiddle, fiddle. Like that. Oh, I'm going to have to look at it, walk away, maybe grab some lunch or something and come back and see if I like it. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Where's my tag? Here it is. So we put that there like that and that like that, and maybe that's on it. Yeah, that's it. And I think she said put a dab of glue to hold it in place for a moment. So I've got my glue stick. getting to the time of year where all the school stuff comes on sale, and so I stock up on the glue sticks because they're so cheap at this time of year. There we go. There. And so when I attach it, I will also attach those little bits there around the back. Alright, I'll be back when I've attached it on, and that's just a little stab stitched with some normal thread. Okay, sorry, my memory was full and I hope I was in shot while I was stitching it on. That's what it looks like on the back. I haven't written on it yet. That's what it looks like on the front. I'm very happy with it. And that's week 2 completed. There's my week 1 is here. And I've got white was the first week, all white. Second, patched background with contrasting heart using straight stitches. Mainly straight stitches. That's week 1. I did write on the back of it. I've still got to put what date it was though. Week 1, all white tag, the beginning of a new year and feeling refreshed. I don't want to put anything negative on the back of them. I want to put positive things. So it's my husband's last week of work, as long as he's got indoor work to go back to on Monday, that is. It's raining at the moment. So I'll have to think about what I'm going to put on it, and I'll share that with you next week. So that is week 2. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it wasn't too long. And we will put it on our tag. I should have moved that along first, but I still haven't done my title either. There we go. Week 1 and week 2. Bye.